And when someone asks you where you are from, you might say, I'm from Missoula. But when you start to think about it more, we're from so much more than just the name of a place. We're from all the people, places, phrases, products, and experiences that have shaped who we are today. Together, these come together and help shape our identity, what makes you, you. As we write, I want you to be thinking about those essential parts of who you are that you can't imagine not being a part of you. Make sure to include these in your poem. I'd like to start with one example of an I am from poem. I am from Captain Crunch in Tide and a wringer washer in the cellar. I am from Slayton and Tyler in Candiyohi County. I am from Don't Go Near the Railroad Tracks and Pick Up After Your Pets. I am from Toots and Cherie Chara, from You Should Know Better. And I am from If Your Friends Jump Off a Bridge, Do You Have to Jump Too? I am from Great Aunt Melvina and First Cousins in Kentucky. And I am from Mountains by Cheryl Notha. So in these poems, we're going to continue working on showing, not telling. You'll notice in this poem, Cheryl describes the people, places, products, phrases, and experiences she's from, instead of just telling us, I am from Minnesota, or I am from parents who told me not to give in to peer pressure. Instead, she says she's from these 3 counties, Slayton, Tyler, and Candiyohi County. I might not know exactly where these are, but naming these 3 counties tells me that she moved around some growing up. She also shows us the exact phrases she heard often as a child. If your friends jump off a bridge, do you have to jump too? And don't go near the railroad tracks and pick up after your pets. You can imagine her parents saying these things to her. Finally, she mentioned some of the products she's from, right? Captain Crunch, Tide, a wringer washer in the cellar. Wringer washer in the cellar also gives us an idea of when she grew up, because that's quite an old type of washing machine. So here's a I am from poem that I wrote. I want you to notice that I don't tell you exactly where I'm from. And instead, I show the details of different places and people I'm from, and let the reader complete the picture. White egrets and oaks. I am from salty canals with white egrets on their muddy banks. I am from green hills in December. I am from 2 homes and 2 mothers. I'm from breakfast cookouts visiting Grandma in the sandstone desert, where every time I could expect her to crow, Nick makes the best French toast. I am from Great-Grandpa Waldo's 98-year-old hands, grabbing a handful of soil to smell it and remembering it used to take a day to drive the cart 20 miles to Boston. I am from a stiff, tall man in a trench coat with stars on his breast and a glamorous lady walking in heels, braving the cold at his side. I'm from Looney Tunes and dial-up internet. I'm from riding waves until hands are numb. I'm from endless winding roads home. I'm from many hours alone, running, biking, or chasing turkeys through oak-spotted hills. So how do I describe the main place I'm from? Salty canals with white egrets on muddy banks, green hills in December, riding waves until hands are numb. Oak-spotted hillsides? Does it sound like Montana? No, not quite. Does it sound like someplace more coastal? Well, if you guessed Northern California, then you got it right. Notice how I describe some of my ancestors, the people I come from. What type of person would grab a handful of soil to smell it? That'd be a farmer, perhaps? Here I'm describing my great-grandpa Waldo, who was born in 1888 in Wayland, Massachusetts. He used to drive a horse-drawn cart, go on a horse-drawn cart with his father into Boston, which was 20 miles, but it would take them most of the day. And today it takes all of 20 minutes to drive. So if you have some ancestors, some people in your family who came quite a while ago who maybe you never met. This is a good place to write about them in this I Am From poem. You'll notice I write about some phrases like Nick makes the best French toast, some products, technologies like dial-up internet, some shows like Looney Tunes, experiences like chasing turkeys around those oak-spotted hills. So try and include all of these different parts in your poem. I should be able to get a good idea from reading the poem about what has contributed to shape you into the person you are today.